he's using all parts of his brain, sort of like Einstein, talked about that we have the potential to access all the different parts of our brain, and many are not.
That's right.
And when this client received a clearing, he said he felt like that, like everything, his mind was just sharp and clear and
so
focused, and he knew exactly what he needed to do, and he didn't have fear that was blocking him like he previously would have feelings of fear that were kind of getting in the way. So that's one thing I'd say across the board. Most clients have just a deep sense of peace, a deep sense of calm, and it's just very relaxing to receive their first clearing. And then a lot of shifts start to happen in ways that maybe blow their minds, like the woman that had the past life that you don't, like I said, it's very unconscious. You're not really thinking about it. You just know something's making you feel nervous about a situation. And then after the clearing, she just felt at ease. She felt good. And I think that all humans are here to enjoy life. We're really here to thrive and to enjoy our lives. We're not here to, feel like we're just surviving or trying to avoid something that we can't even understand. And so I would say across the board, all humans would benefit from an auric clearing and from some intuitive guidance from their angels and guides. And it's just a matter of when you're ready. If you feel intuition that receiving a clearing with me would serve you, just trust that. Just trust it and set aside some time to make that a priority. I feel one thing on our planet is that it's up to us to really value what's important. And if a lot of us are valuing these very superficial things that give us a temporary sense of satisfaction, but we still feel that anxiety, we still feel there's just not inner peace, there's something churning inside of us and we don't feel good enough. We're always working harder, and burning ourselves out because of that self-worth issue that we don't want to deal with. We don't want to address it. And so we go buy a new purse, or we get our nails done, or go get our hair done, or, go get drunk. We have all these different things that we'll do to avoid that inner work. And what Source tells me is it's okay. Like, we don't have to do our inner work if we don't want to. We can continue to operate from that misaligned space and continue to suffer and create suffering. That is absolutely a choice. However, in the end, what you're going to have waiting for you is that work to do. So it's kind of like you can deal with that work right now and then have your life come into a greater balance and have the foundation of your life be laid with integrity and alignment and self-love, and then build everything in your life upon that. Or you can not really value that and just continue to build things on a structure that is not a solid foundation and have it continuously falling away, continuously creating disruption and suffering. And that's okay, because at some level, each of us will go through what we need to awaken. Each of us will, suffer as long as we need to suffer before we choose to find another way. So I would say the gift of angelic auric clearing is another way. And it's not the absolute only way. There's all different types of healers and assistants here that are here to serve humanity and assist us in healing and assist us in living more authentic lives. But I have personally witnessed amazing miracles working with angels. And if it's something that you're curious about or something that, you really feel drawn to, I offer healing mentorship trainings. I'm going to be starting one this Saturday for those local, and I will be discussing with Amnon ways that we could offer that on the internet so that we can actually have like a live show with the intention of being a healing mentorship for those who want to participate in like an online class. So if you're interested, please contact me and let me know that. But basically, there's assistance that is here for you. If you're ready, you need to do the work. You need to get in there and just step in and claim your power and realize that once you face those initial things that you've been afraid to face, they're gonna just fade quickly. Because if we're afraid of something from the past, it's over. It's not even real anymore, except for the part of ourself that's clinging and attaching to that at a cellular level. And so if we're courageous enough to release it and let go, then everything is going to get better for us. So I really encourage you to, tune in and see, how is it that I could live a more authentic life? How is it that I could live with greater integrity? What is it that I need to clear in myself? Rather than blame others for anything, really look at yourself and think, what is it that I need to align with? How can I shift these certain behaviors in me that will create a more beautiful life experience for myself, and also open up more beautiful relationships with others? So those are a few questions just to ponder.
I have a question.
Okay, go for it.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, you always can ask a question.
Okay. When I think aura, I think something angelic and holy and positive 100%.
Okay.
Why would somebody want to clean it?
Okay, that's a good question. Well, basically, an aura is not necessarily angelic and positive and 100% good energy, like good meaning enjoyable energy. So in an auric field, it can contain all the different experiences. So if someone's been burned at the stake for, being a healer and they were killed for it, that's in their cellular memory. So their last thoughts that they had right before that happened to them, or somebody that has been betrayed, by a loved one, and they betrayed them and hurt them so deeply, and that's the last memory they had of that person. All of that stuff we kind of carry with us unless we are tuned in enough to know, okay, this just happened to me on a day-to-day basis. I release this energy. I let go, and I forgive, and I have the wisdom now, and I'm moving on with greater clarity and awareness. That's where we're headed, is to live in a way that we do this work every day. We're constantly observing, tuning in, discerning, and clearing out what isn't any longer serving us. And so where we've come from, though, was being taught that we couldn't really connect with Source without going through different people. There was a lot of rules about how to connect with Source or God, or Allah or Buddha. There's different ways that it's been expressed, but basically we have the ability now. We hold all the information inside of us right now. We have the ability, we have the information, the wisdom, the potential, all within. And as we clear these fears and these lower vibrational experiences from our past, it's going to really help us to operate from a higher vibration, so that we emit a frequency of love and compassion and oneness, instead of emitting a frequency of fear and insecurity and jealousy and things like that are really getting in the way of our, higher goals and visions. So really, like with an aura, it's containing all different energy. It's not really necessarily good or bad. It's all energy. So it's all experience. It's the pain, it's the happiness, it's the joy, it's the sadness, it's the anger, the fear. All of that is in there. And so as we clear our auric fields, we release a lot of heaviness of the past. We release a lot of ego. And then we're fresher, we're freer, we're clearer. We're not clogging up our energy system. For those that know much about chakras, if we have, say, issues where we're not really coming from our power, we're not asserting our power, and we keep kind of letting others take from us energetically, and we often have like a sick stomach, or we have tension in our belly. then that would be a sign that right there in your power center, you're cutting off your energy flow. So when I use the visual of kind of like a garden hose, when we're watering the garden, the water's just streaming out fine until we put our thumb over the hose, or if we kink the hose, now there's pressure building in that hose, and the water can't get out, but it's creating pressure on that hose until it starts to swell and create a physical problem.
Oh, yeah.
And that's exactly what's going on in our bodies. If we're not keeping our energy flow moving with fluidity, then we start to block something. So, in our solar plexus, we have tension and fear. We don't believe in ourselves. We don't assert our power. So we kind of shut it off. And then the energy will start building there. And it's going to start creating disruption. So now we have maybe IBS, we have irritable bowel syndrome, or we have ulcers that are happening in our stomach, different things that will start to manifest in that part of the physical body. And as we can keep that energy moving and clear, then we have a whole healthy body. And we have greater access to the energy. So we're now accessing the energy, the kink comes out and it's open. Now the energy is moving up to the heart, it's coming to the throat, third eye, and crown, and we're feeling a oneness with Source. We're having that, universal flow is moving through us without any blockages. So does that kind of make sense and answer your question? That makes
sense, but you burst the bubble.
I burst your bubble?
Yeah, because I always.
I'm kind of good at that. just because Source is just like, well, they may have this belief system, but sometimes the belief system is not really aligned with truth. Yeah. And there are those that have an aura, like when we see someone's aura and they're just glowing, and you can feel they are channeling spirit. Maybe they're a musician and they're just playing the guitar, or they're an artist, a healer that's speaking about what they're passionate about, and you just can see a glow around them. That aura is showing you the light and the love and that high vibration. So in that case, you're seeing that pure love. You're feeling it. And that, in essence, is what we are. That's what we're capable of, and that's what we're here to align with.
Yes,
but we also can express and project out an energy of lack and fear and heaviness. And you can sense that when you're around someone who's really insecure, or they're very fearful, they have a lot of anxiety, they have a heaviness to their energy. When you're just near them, maybe you feel a heaviness touch you, or kind of just you feel flustered just being around them. And these are things to pay attention to, how different energies will affect us and how different energies are affecting these people. And it's not really like a good or bad thing. It's just something to be aware of. And really it's about being mindful. What do we choose to embody? Do I choose to embody the energy of love and compassion and unity? And I want to be opening myself to receive and to express with freedom and love? Or do I choose today to be insecure and feel like I'm weak and I'm small and I'm insignificant? That's a choice. We can do that. Source doesn't really mind. It's what do we choose? And if choosing again and again that sense of smallness and insecurity and sickness, if people would be more mindful of what they speak about and what they think about, they would shift what they're living. So an example is someone insecure and fearful, if they wake up in the morning and they're just like, oh God, I just, I don't think I'm good enough, and these people are just going to see right through me, and they just start their day with that energy, and they're just insecure and they're fearful, and then they start talking about it and like, oh, I'm sick, and I'm always sick, I've had this sickness forever, and they're chronically talking about their problems, they're chronically talking about their lack, I'm poor, I'm always broke, I never have enough money, whatever it is. When they're putting that out vibrationally, others around will feel that and will react to it. So the laws of attraction state that what we focus upon, we draw energy to, and we then start to co-create with Source. So if we're focused on sickness, we're talking about all the time, we're in fear, we're just manifesting more of that experience and drawing more and more. Maybe now